So we entered and let's see. So how to come here? So this is the Jeonju rail station. From the rail station, if you take a private car or taxi, within 30 minutes you can present here into this Gyeonggi-jeon. So the complex that we are watching now, this complex is actually contains an official portrait of King Taejo, who was the founder of Joseon dynasty. So far I assume from the South Asian point of view, the importance of Mughal dynasty is as similar as the Joseon dynasty here in Korea. So the King Taejo, on whom we are talking about, his actual name was Y Seong-gi. So he was born in Jeonju city 1335 and he was a military general under Goryeo dynasty. And this is that official portrait of King Taejo what we are talking about. So this was him. In 1392, he declared himself the king and founding the Joseon dynasty, and that time he took the title as King Taejo. Here the meaning of Taejo means great ancestor, and the dynasty that he founded, that is the Joseon dynasty, it lasted over next 500 years in Korea from 1392 to 1897. Now here, as you can see, I am walking through. So this is a traditional Korean house and it's actually called Hanok. So moving forward, what I found is there was a small bamboo garden where I noticed two foreigner couple. They were enjoying themselves. Look at the dress of that guy, it's a black dress. This dress actually traditional warrior dress, Korean warrior dress. So with this dress, there comes the sword. Another interesting thing here, as you can see, the small stones are piled up to each other. So this thing, it actually signifies the wish. So here people believe that if you make this type of thing and make a wish, that wish will come true. So moving forward, we found another small museum. This is a museum actually, and let's go and see what is inside this museum. Here what you are watching are the diaries of royal activities. So these are stored in this way. And another interesting thing is, if you look at these writings, these are actually Chinese alphabets. So the point is, at that time, the high class Korean people, they used to write Chinese, and it was a posh language to practice. That's why those writings are in Chinese alphabet. So again we started to move forward from here. It's great to see that this area is actually well preserved, well maintained, and sufficiently organized. So moving forward, there was a museum, so we entered into the museum, and this is the portrait of the king. And here this museum actually stores and displays the information how these paintings were made. For example, here as we can see is the King Taejo. So his paintings, how these were done, these are presented here. There was a hall nearby where the videos were made displaying how the drawing of these portraits were done in recent years. So this clip that we are attaching here, it shows us the painting, the specificity and the art of drawing, how these paintings were made. Moving forward, there was another hall where we found all the different kings of that dynasty and their portraits. Coming out from the hall, there was a resting place here, and we sat here to take some rest. Here I found something very interesting, like here it's a display of cartoon where we can see how people were there at that time, what was their clothing fashion. So this kind of things are shown in here. Most importantly, this is a place where the young generation, the teenagers, the youth, the future of Korea, who belongs to this 21st century, they can get a great idea about how their ancestors were. And this thing actually really was very interesting for me also as well. Leaving that hall and moving forward, we found another museum where the clothes were preserved in the display, and the accessories that were used by the people that time, those things were preserved here, and it was a great thing to witness. So it's time to finish the museum visit and explore more about the Jeonju shrine. Here another interesting thing is Yongshil. Yongshil contains a mortar and a mill to prepare food, and this place is also considered as a very sacred place, and this food preparation was done for ancestral memorial service. And just imagine, at that time this place was so much sacred and like very much serious to maintain or to perform the rituals at that time in this Jeonju shrine. Here another interesting thing I could not resist myself to show the audiences, which is this. So here actually this is in Bangladesh. Long time ago we also used to use this same instrument in Bangladesh for food preparation, like the way you are watching now. So these days we don't use these things, but it's also a part of Bangladeshi culture also as well. So watching that thing in Jeonju shrine, it reminded me the Bangladeshi instrument here which I am attaching, and in Bangladesh we call it dheki. Another interesting thing, can you see the dome located very far from here at the back side? That dome, we will talk about that dome in later part of the video, but as of now I can't resist to tell one thing, that the dome belongs to a cathedral and it was designed in mixing the Romantic and Byzantine style. The Romantic architecture, it actually came from Europe and it was a predominant style in 11th and 12th centuries. So these days what we call Gothic style, so that was actually came from this Romantic architecture. So what is this? This is actually a place where the rituals were performed. So this is that same building about which we have discussed before. Name of the building is Jeonju Cathedral, and you will be surprised to know that it was built in 1914, and This one is the oldest and largest Western style structure in overall this whole Jeolla province, including Jeollanam-do and Jeollabuk-do. Meanwhile, the overall natural beauty of this Gyeonggi-jeon shrine also attracted our attention. That's why we also tried to witness or enjoy the natural view of this Gyeonggi-jeon shrine. Here, this establishment particularly, this is another interesting thing to check it out. So the point is, as you can see right now, this circular area, this place is a storeroom, was a storeroom where the umbilical cords of king's mother were preserved. So when a king was born, so the king's mother's umbilical cord were preserved and stored in here, because at that time that umbilical cord was considered as the source of life. So with this we finish our today's visit to Gyeonggi-jeon shrine here. So thank you everyone for watching this vlog till now, and looking forward to meet you again in another new vlog. Till then, take care and goodbye.